thing?
No, the one that says when we go before borders. Can we do that together?
Yeah. Go ahead. Well,
Yeah,
I'm kind of lost about which one we're talking about,
that's
but
all right.
yeah.
Can I kick it off?
Yeah, yes.
All right. Good evening. Peace and blessings, good people. Before borders, before chains, before depth had interest, we were systems, we were science, we were sovereign. This is not nostalgia,
Yeah.
this is evidence. This is not anger, this is accounting. This is the Cultural Capitalist Podcast, the African Repair, where we fix what was broken and restore what was stolen culturally, economically, and globally. Peace and blessings, y'all. It's the
Hey,
Colonel, aka King Kimba, along with my man, Adewale Eboke. What's going on, brother? You want to
how
introduce
you doing?
yourself?
Yes, happy New Year to everybody. It's the eighth day
Oof.
of the new year. Hopefully, I don't believe in what's that word? Resolutions, man. I just
Resolutions?
believe in. Yeah, I think if you are consistent, you don't need a resolution. Resolutions for people that are inconsistent. So I know I'm not inconsistent. So I believe in continuous where I picked off at, and that's exactly what I did. So yeah, man. Happy New Year to everybody. Hey, King Colonel right there, aka Kimba. Adewale Boke here. Today we're gonna talk about what you guys will notice is we've made this thing very structured, very streamlined. Every week has a topic, and we stick to that topic. We like today we focused on the
Africa and
Africa and the economics, early
early globalization
globalization.
as well.
Because I think a lot of people misunderstand where all these things come from. Like simple thing like yesterday, I was watching something and it just kind of infuriated me because I was watching something about K-pop. I was like, K-pop ain't nothing but breakdancing from the 1980s. Stop trying to give Koreans credit for shit they ain't do. And it was good to see this Asian woman actually say, no, Korean pop ain't original. It's just Asian people stealing an idea and actually thinking they're doing something. So you got Asian people breakdancing all over the place, even in the Olympics. What it could be not more any more disrespectful than an Asian person winning the Olympics first one. But African Americans invented breakdancing. That's just
Mm.
some of the stuff that's wrong with this world, man. And it's incumbent upon African Americans to be guardians of their creations.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always emphasize independence all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jews used hip hop to get paid. Koreans are now using K-pop to get paid. Even reggaeton came from hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no 80% of the music on this earth comes from Yoruba music, which is my music, Yoruba land. 80%. Every single beat, every single rhythm, even in Brazil, it's the same thing. So, these are the things that we're talking about. But y'all, let's not get off base. But today, y'all, we're going to talk about Africa, how it was connected long before Europeans came around, trans-Saharan trade, Indian Ocean routes, Timbuktu universities. Of course, that's a major thing. Currency and gold standards and knowledge and power. And I do want to say this, because for the longest time, I felt like it's intentional to keep Timbuktu underfoot and let push Egypt up because that's what Europeans are comfortable with. Who cares what Europeans are comfortable with? It's the truth. Timbuktu, Mansa Musa, the richest human being in human history, was giving loans to countries. Man was giving loans. At that time, he was worth well over 700 billion. Now take that 700 billion. How much you think that's worth today?
Mm-hmm.
What is that, like 20 trillion? The man, I said to somebody one time, I said, Elon Musk is a B word. He couldn't shine Mansa Musa's shoes if he'd be one of his maids. Get the hell out of here. There's always some person trying to undercut. Africa is the institution of the world, and it's always going to be. That's why, as much as this K-pop nonsense gets on my nerves, I'm not sweating it because we can always come up with another idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me jump in. Let me jump into this real quick. Okay,
Yeah.
so I like this. I'm interested in this comment. Black Man MAGA 8888. Scratching my head. Y'all make us African Americans look bad. Now let me just touch base on this real quick.
He's a
So
loser.
first of all, let me greet you and say welcome to the space. But also let me humbly let you know that you will be accountable for your actions and your comments. I'm not sure if you are directing that towards someone who doesn't speak respectfully of African culture and heritage, or if you're trying to direct that to us. Because if that's directed at us, what will happen is that we will dismiss you from the space. But you're more than welcome to be here for a supportive comment or an exchange. You don't have to have the same opinion. We can have a dialogue because that's what this show is about. We educate. We welcome comments and statements, but yeah, just let that be known. So we give you a few minutes to adjust your frequency in the way that would be best for you. And we see. Okay, here we go. That's it. There you go.
Yeah,
So,
I don't. First of all, let me just get that out the way. You're Black Matter, MAGA. Let me, Kimba, before you hit the button, you're
yeah.
a weak, pathetic human being. You're a white boy slave. That's what you are. And you've got the nerves to talk about what somebody else is. You'll call yourself a black man MAGA. You're an idiot. You actually think Trump cares about your stupid ignorance. What you need to do is this. I want you to go to a grocery store. In fact, go to a Home Depot. Buy some paint and paint yourself white. You're unworthy of your color, you sorry piece of shit. Now, goodbye. I got no love for these people, man. It is time to stop showing these traitors instead of love and start putting them in body bags. Straight up. I ain't got time for that, man. Are you kidding me? Idiots.
As you know what, for me, it's really interesting because I haven't
Oh, I
often
do.
encountered.
All we get that is in America. You have to understand what America is. America is full of a bunch of cowards. Hey, shout out to Shay Sherrills, I think. Yeah. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. I seem not to be seen. Okay, there we go. It's we're not all slaves. If you think like a slave, then you are a slave. I ain't no slave for nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's a personal choice you choose to live in. So who's
Where
this
did these
loser?
cat?
Some violent ass man. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck off the platform. There's some dumbass white boy with some statement he needs to make. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody kissing your ass anymore. Those days are over with. So yeah, I just got you off the chat and I get off the platform. I would just block this loser, man. Anybody got time for this idiot? You got these guys, these white people that are clueless about life. Now let's get to what we came here for, man. So King Kimba,
Yeah,
man, you
I
focused on
agree,
Africa
man.
and
I
early
agree.
globalization. Hey, but the good thing
Yeah,
is there's traffic and people want to because the cover itself, makes
yeah.
you have to makes
Pay
you have
attention
to
and be interested. Yeah, let's just
exactly.
get into it. Let's get
Let's just
into
get
it.
into it. So first things first is this trans-Saharan trade. What do you think? Because what happened was a lot of people like to always Egypt. But long before that was this Western African
West
king
African, yeah,
culture.
West Africa, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
West African.
culture.
Yeah, this is really, these people are interesting. This
Kimba,
is
you letting
yeah.
these losers, these people, remember, these people are
No, I mean,
cowards.
I think it's let me I want to touch on this because this is the first time I've ever really seen something like this. So you telling me in this world, based on the time that you have to be alive, that somebody would actually be on the internet, investing their time and energy in trying to what would you call it?
It's not, you have to understand people self-hate themselves. So
Yeah,
they
they
think,
do.
yeah, they feel like tough guys behind the phone, but they're bitches in real life. I'm
But
just
not
be honest
only
with you.
that though, but not only that, like the self-worth is like zero because all you can
Yeah,
do is get on the
they're
internet and try to
losers.
post some trash
They
about
are
somebody. It's
losers. They go
like you
around.
ain't got.
They call it trolling. So that what they do is they go around trolling everybody and insulting people, insulting your ideas, insulting your art. Bro, if you put a song right now, they'll find a way to insult your art. Look at this loser right here. He's an
I
idiot.
mean, dude, these folks even got jobs. You know what I'm
They
saying? It's
got no jobs.
ridiculous.
They got no dreams. In 2026, they will still be doing the same thing, being a loser. So guess what? They're off the platform. Now let's get to, man, I ain't gonna
All
waste
right,
my energy
cool.
on that, Kimba.
Here we
I'm
go.
used to them
So
haters,
yeah,
man. They do
so
not bother me.
what is interesting, and I can attest to it, I can confirm it as well. Um, so much of the coverage of African history often centers on Egypt in terms of early civilization. There's no efforts made in highlighting the fact that there's so many different developments on the continent of Africa that predates a lot of what we're taught in Western
Yeah.
history. And it's ridiculous, and the teaching of history, African history, coincides with the propaganda that they continue to push into the world of a continent that is riddled with disease,
Yep.
desperation, deprivation. And
Yes,
it's
sir.
ridiculous. And so what you got is you have this worldview, this global view of Africa as this feeble continent that is dependent on Europe, and only Europe can
Can liberate it.
liberate it, but also to industrialize it. So if you have continent that predates European development and the Industrial Revolution, that's already having established trade routes across the Sahara and across the
Great line, Joshua. There, you are right. It's not just only African history that's been falsified. It's all matters. Latin history, Latin American history has been falsified. Native American history has been falsified. They just falsify everything in the benefit of Europeanism. He makes a great line there. So, got to give a
I
shout out
agree
to
with that. I agree with that. But my thing is this: I hear that, but for me, I'm past the point of people always comparing or trying to justify what's happened with other nations
the
to what's
nations.
happened in Africa. I'm
Africa. It's
sorry, I
not even
can't.
close.
Not dismissing it. I agree with you. I mean, especially Adewale and I both have spent a considerable amount of time in America, and so Native Americans as well have gone through, have endured what would you call cultural whitewashing as well, as much as any other nations in the world, and that's not often highlighted. But when we talk about the length of time and the degree to which the illegal atrocities have been carried out, there are not many nations at all that even come close to what has happened to the continent of Africa. Not many nations at all.
Yeah, I think I call it the rampage, where it's ravaged, and that's it, ravaged of its culture, of its essence, of its economics. And you have to understand what happened with globalization is, instead of taking what that the Romans, the Greeks, the English all came to Timbuktu to come learn the sciences, the technology.
Talk about
The
it.
construction of bridges, road construction. Remember,
Talk about it.
they had roads in Timbuktu long before all this. Remember,
Talk about it.
Musta's time was between, I believe it was 1287 to 1237 AD. So that's over 800 years ago. And that's even before the time of Christ. So he was, even till today, people speaking his name. And that lets you know how great he was. You see what I'm saying? The man was giving countries loans. He's the reason why Egypt built all them pyramids. He gave them the money. A lot of Africa was collecting their money from him. He was basically a walking bank.
Yeah.
Mali was a walking gold plat. You just step on it, it's gold.
Yeah.
And unlike other kings, he wasn't raping his people. He was actually doing for his people. He was growing build universities, build schools, build hospitals, sciences, medicine, all this kind of stuff like that. So
we got it. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, it's just
you used a big word there that was very inspirational to me when I found out about this history, right? You said universities.
Yeah. Sankora University is what I believe it's called.
Yeah. Now, what's amazing about that is because when people think about nations that proliferate knowledge, right, and have these industrialized world powers,
Yeah.
a lot of people are not thinking Africa, dude. Do you know what I'm saying? But the first universities in the world existed
in Africa.
In Africa.
That's why I told you once again, it's the appropriation of culture. Same way K-pop stole breakdancing from they act like they do something new. 5 Asian boys standing on a stage. That's the Temptations. That's whatever I can think of. You ain't doing nothing new. All you are is just Asian. But this is the problem, and let me get this out the way. There are a lot of Asians that think that they are the new white people. And there's a mental behavior. It's pathetic. But I think they learned their lesson during COVID. We're not white people. You know what I'm saying? They're learning their lesson now. You think like this thing on Netflix called K-pop, this cartoon, like you ain't inventing nothing new. Are you kidding me? This has been around since we've been doing this. We invent ideas. We are culture. And this is what frustrates me about the African diaspora, just all over the world. You can literally control how people live.
Yeah.
But you're ununified, so you can't control how people live. Instead, it's the original man getting controlled by recessive genes. And yes, I mean that, recessive genes. The original human being was an African woman in Africa. The original people are Africans. We're 5,000 years way older than everybody else's. everybody else, the other human history. Our culture is long standing before. The problem was we was always oral, and what I mean is that we never really did things visually. Maybe you got a few visual things here and there, but most of it was oral. From generation to generation, stories were passed. Where Europeans came in and stole history was they could create visual. So if you can create visual, you can lie. For example, there's a line that I always say: "The lies takes the elevator, the truth takes the stairs." I'm saying it
Yeah,
again: lies
that's
takes the
interesting.
elevator, the truth takes the stairs. If
That's
the elevator
interesting.
is going up faster, which one you think is going to tell the truth? Which one's going to seem like it's the truth? It's not until recent events that's made people to realize that. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting too what you said about we often are historically we're more of an oral
Culture.
preservation.
Yeah.
Yeah, oral cultural preservation. But from some of the research that we've been doing, that I was doing about our episode tonight, I was reading that, you know, actually a lot of the traditions and the history was actually documented, but through some of the expansion of Arabs and Islam
Yes, they stole
in
the ideas.
Africa, a
Yeah.
lot of that documentation in those libraries were actually burnt
Yes.
by a lot of those expansions and invasions.
Ottoman
So
Empire. Ottoman
yeah,
Empire. Give them credit for what they did. If you want to know who did it, Ottoman Empire. You have to understand something about Ottoman Empire. Saudi Arabia, since the 7th century, has been enslaving Africans.
mm,
So these people claim to be our brothers. See, I ain't got no problem blasting the Arabs because I know what they've done. They know what they've done. They keep doing it, and they still do it. That's why I have a lot of Eastern African people. They'll have dark skin like me and you, but they have curly hair like an Arab man. They
mm,
raped, pillaged, murdered over 20 million Africans
mm,
from the 7th century up until today. They still doing it. You got a lot
mm,
of Africans that'll go to Arab nations to go get jobs, but what it turns out to become slaves for one family. They'll say you can't get a job nowhere else. To me, that's slavery, and that's the problem we have. Why are our people having to go to other people's places to earn a living? But that only happens when you have crooked appointees in position not doing what they're supposed to do. So you have
yeah,
to fix that. That's part of the globalization. It may sound small, but I don't think the greats like Mansa Musa or Shaka Zulu or this great Zimbabwean ancient nation intended for our people to go be getting jobs in other places. That makes no
mm,
sense. So
yeah,
the trans-Saharan state, it's been around. Arabs and Africans have had a long history, but what became a problem was when they decided we should be in chains for them and build their countries versus the other way. That's why the scales of common today is kind of funny because Arab nations are falling apart. United Arab Emirates has no money; they're broke. That's why they have to invade Sudan and steal gold so they can use that channel to get gold into Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has no money. All the money they
mm,
have is even what's happening in Venezuela now. If anybody actually pays attention, the two cultures that have kept human history in worth is African culture and Latin American culture. Aztecs.
yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Go ahead, because you know one of the things that's interesting about this thing here that's developed right now, what they're trying to do with Venezuela,
Oh my God.
is you know, initially when I was looking at it, I was trying to be very objective, right? Because I'm a person, I'll be honest, I hate drugs, right? I hate illegal
Yeah.
substances, the impact it's had on people I've known or my own family personally.
Yeah.
And so when the idea of that invasion is wrapped in this um, plan or wrapped in this idea that the reason that happened is to prevent illegal substances from entering into the United States,
Right. Right.
it seems palatable, right? It's like you can
Yeah.
accept that because it's like, okay, some sort of justice is being applied to
But
what's
it's
happening.
propaganda. It's American propaganda. They've
But then
used
when you
this.
think of, I mean, even in, and this is the thing that challenges a lot of people and that makes some of the decisions that happens in the US government so obviously illegal and corrupt to a lot of people. It's the language, right? And the way
Yes.
in which things happen. Okay, so in the news this week, I was hearing these statements that the US was going to take over
Yes.
the Venezuelan oil industry. Like that's not even legal internationally,
It's
dude.
imperialism.
for another country to just outrightly say, we're going to come and take over your mineral resources industry.
Thank you,
Like
everybody,
who?
for joining us. Thank you for being part of the stream tonight. Welcome to another live stream with yours truly. We have the Cultural Capitalist Podcast, week 2, African and Early Globalization. Thank you for joining us. Please be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Yeah, my boy was talking about Venezuela. I'm laughing because I saw this coming. Now, what I was not expecting was Venezuela to be attacked. I was expecting Mexico to be attacked.
Oh, is it?
I'll be honest with you. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Huh. Mm. 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 Yeah, it's free. It's glitching on my side too. It's glitching on my side too. Roll with it.
It was planned.
Roll. No, you're absolutely right, man. It's wild and it's heinous to hear this type of talk and the rhetoric that's being just thrown around. And it's like people are supposed to just accept it and roll with it, man. And it's mm, mm,
To go tell them what to do with their stuff. No, Duro, tell me this, bro. Explain this to me. How is a socialist man a drug dealer?
mm,
Explain that to me.
mm,
Socialists only care about their people. All the money they make is for their people. He didn't want
mm,
to give the US what they wanted, so they propagandized and smirched his name. The Solas drug cartel. And when he got to the US, guess what they said? There is no Solas cartel. So they lied. Western media is always good for that. Western media had you for 3 minutes thinking that they was actually going to stop drugs. They used the same thing against Hugo Chavez, the great socialist movement guy. I'm a big fan of Hugo Chavez. He's one of my favorite human beings of all time because he stood up to the US. Without technology, without Twitter, without Instagram, he fought them head to head. They had to kill him. They assassinated him
mm,
because they couldn't
mm.
steal his stuff. He would not let them steal his resources. You are not going to
Mm.
use our stuff to make you rich. That's what
Yeah.
Western media has been doing. There's a point where the rest of us in this world, in the African lands, in the Latin American lands, in the Indian lands, must start to say we have had enough even in Russia, because I don't consider Russians white. All of us need to come together. Okay, you've got this, you've got this, you've got this. Okay. And let me be frank about this. I need a lot of African countries to get their nuke game up. Get your nuclear missiles up so you can put America on his best behavior. When they
Huh.
misbehave, you light their ass up. Look, and I've said this a bunch of times. Americans are afraid to die, but the rest of the
Mm,
world is not. And that's a
mm,
fact.
mm,
All these European nations are afraid to die. But all these other countries, whether it's not Latin America, whether it's India, China, they're not afraid to die for their freedom. You can go in there and invade, but you're never gonna take out what's in their mind and in their heart. They want to be free
mm,
of your imperialism, no matter how long it takes. And I've been saying it. Don't build where the past used to be. It may sound cold, but it's the truth. You know where the past used to be? European nations and America. Anything Western Hemisphere is old nations. They are done. The universe gave you time, bro, but you did nothing honorable with your time. Realized you stole, you raped, you maimed, you killed, you massacred, you stole technology, you deprived others. And it's only a matter of time. I'm not shocked, but to me, I'm for backing Venezuela in any way you can back them up. I need African countries to join with Latin American countries to form a union. Africa, whatever you want to call it. But they need to come together so that you can fight imperialism. Because all the resources are in both those two places. We've got uranium,
Yeah,
we've
it's
got
wild. I
oil.
mean, it's really, it's really wild, man. It's really wild when you think about it. You look at the facts and how they stack up, and um, yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I need to do some more research. To be honest, I'm going to do some more research because I feel like I don't know enough about Maduro. I don't know enough, but I do know enough about what I've heard for it to look like a puppet show, basically.
It is a
For a
puppet show.
masquerade. To
We both from the East Coast. You from New Jersey, I'm from New York. They hope this is what they did to this man. They put him in a van and drove him through Brooklyn with the doors open, so people in New York can actually masquerade and insult this man. The only thing missing from the whole thing was tomatoes getting thrown at him. Why would you drive through Brooklyn so you can be seen? Aren't you supposed to do that undercover? This is intentional masquerade of humiliation. They're
Really?
humiliating the Venezuelan people. Yes.
No, I didn't see that. I didn't
No,
see
I
that.
did. Believe me. The minute I knew. The minute they started talking about Venezuela, I said, oh, they're trying to invade. They're trying to steal oil. Nobody's going to give a white man credit for anything anymore. Your words have no honor. We know this. It's just you have sellouts that will sell out their own people. Somebody in Venezuela sold out Maduro. Same way that somebody in Venezuela sold out Hugo Chavez. Hugo Chavez didn't just get assassinated. Somebody told him where he was going to be. What is wrong with being a socialist? And why is capitalism looked at so good? That's another episode we're going to talk about one day. But, I think we're getting off topic. But,
Yeah. Well, we were bound to talk about it. Well, it's within subject because we talk about cultural capitalism.
Yes, and this is what we do.
And this is what we do, and this is what it is. And you know what? It is a good opportunity for us in our generation to look at all of this corruption and the powers that exist in this world and why people are doing the things they do, because we're looking at Venezuela right now, but Africa's still recovering from this type of treatment from the continent of Europe. The continent of Europe so many centuries ago, right? To the extent like, okay, so we're talking about this for Venezuela, but Africa is still trying to recover, and the tentacles of the African land grab is still intense.
1884 still exists, but
It's
it
still,
exists because you have black imperialists, African imperialists, who are so greedy. Check this out, and I'm giving you an analogy. If the road is bad, right, instead of tying the road, fixing it, they go buy SUV. Can everybody in your city buy SUV? Does that even make any sense?
yeah, that's
Does that
wild.
even make any sense?
Yeah, that's wild.
It's a selfish, and they do a good job of finding people in various communities to betray their people. I don't understand this. How can you watch white people do this, European descendants do the same thing over and over again, and you keep playing the same role over and over again? And so when you have people like Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Goita, Abdulmanti Cheney, like, no, we're not doing that no more. That is over. And then you betray them. Just this week alone, there was a coup against Ibrahim Traore. That man is not surprised. And there's always a look on these useless Africans. There's a certain way they look. And you know they're going to betray you. They're going to betray your people. I'm not afraid to say it. And I'm one for this. When you find these individuals, you need to execute them. They need to be made an example of. Forget jail. No. Line them up in front of people and let them get the squad. No mercy must be shown. No mercy must be shown to them because they have betrayed Africa. You are not patriots. You are cowards. Bro, it doesn't take much to be a coward and betray your people. But it takes courage to stand up for your people. So these are Hugo Chavez, Ibrahim Traore, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, Harriet Tubman, my great-grandfather. You know what I'm saying? It takes courage to stand up for your people. To not want just for yourself, but want for your people. Want more for your people than you want for yourself. Those are leaders. Leaders are always servants. They always are. They are always servants. They are always servants. Mansa Musa was a servant. As wealthy as he was a servant. I need to serve my people. I need to make sure my people can read, understand the sciences, the mathematics. They weren't speaking no damn English. Europe, Romans, and Greece came over there to come steal some stuff. That's why when Napoleon Bonaparte got to Egypt, he cut off the nose of the Sphinx because the nose looked like mine and yours. We can't let people. That's why the Arabs went there and burnt down English libraries, so they would not know who the real history is. So now when you watch a stupid Amazon commercial, you see Arabs. You Arabs as you Egyptians. You are not Egyptian. Although I guess in a way we have to move past it because we have to unify. And I'll be frank about this. There's only two Arabs in history that I ever liked. Gaddafi from Libya and Yasser Arafat from Palestine. That's why I always root for Palestine and Libya. Because when South Africa was going through that shit, they was the only ones there. Not in rhetoric, not in words, but in action. Money, military. What y'all need, we sending it. Those are true brotherhoods. Even Yasser Arafat said it himself. And Gaddafi. Arabs are a problem. They are traitors to their own cause. They are cowards. This is what Gaddafi called them. They betrayed him. They sold him out to America. Maduro got betrayed for $50 million. Or was that $25 million? Meanwhile, you got 18 billion barrels of oil in your backyard. Why? Because he didn't want the U.S. to have it? Narco, tell me how a socialist is selling drugs. Please tell me. They always come up with some kind of agenda. It's propaganda. And we of the world, but the thing is that the people of the world today did not believe it. Nope, especially our generation. I can't speak for all of our generation.
Yeah.
But most of our generation, like, we ain't trying to hear this crap. This American-style stealing of stuff.
Yeah.
And America is a bully. I don't know if you remember Willie D, part of the Ghetto Boys. He has a podcast now. I watch it once a day.
Yeah.
He said, I do not trust America. Everything this country does, they have done so much evil. And it's only a matter of time before your evil reaches its apex where you have to start paying for what you've done.
Yeah.
And America, and I'm telling you, whether it's 1 year from now or 2 years from now, America will no longer be a bully anymore.
Yeah, it's dangerous. I mean, it does turn into dangerous times, you know. When you go inflicting on other nations.
What's that word? Oh man, the rules of the jungle where might makes right. I did a podcast episode about that the other day. Might makes right. This is why I need African countries to be unifiedly weaponized militarily. Be ready to go upon action. Nukes, have them ready. I'm telling you right now, America, go mess with North Korea. Go mess with North Korea and see what's going to happen. See what's going to happen. They'll send some heat this way. Minnesota's going to be off the map. New York's going to be off the map. California's going to be off the map. Bro, they can't scare me with death because I already welcome it. I signed that contract when I was born. I was born and I'm going to die. But in between that mess, I'm going to live. I'm going to liberate my people. A lot of people have to ask themselves this question. Are you part of the problem or are you part of the solution? And plenty of people are part of the problem. They're not afraid to be part of the problem because it's easy to be part of the problem because it pays you to be part of the problem. But being part of the solution pays you nothing. You have to sacrifice for your people. What is your name going to be said in 100 years? That's why we're talking about Mansa Musa today. That's what we're talking about Shaka Zulu today. The great Thomas Sankara, Queen Opongo from Angola. We still talk about these people today because they sacrificed for their people. They saw a vision when nobody else was seeing it. I mean, look, the trade, the routes, the Indian Ocean, all that stuff has always been it because I'm trying to stick to what we're talking about today.
Stick to the subject, stick to the script.
Because with all the current events that's going on in the world. But look at this. Like today, I've been saying it too. When we started this idea, sometimes we have 34 people watching it. Some people have 20 people. Sometimes we have 0. We've had a lot of people come in and out.
Yeah.
In and out, in and out. And they, one way or another, they're going to have to get used to the fact that every Thursday, me and you are talking about this stuff right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's important. It's important. We're not
going for mainstream, whatever you want to call it.
It's not that. It's not that. You know, we talk about Africa being industrialized, pre-colonialization. You know, the fact that you had all of these literary aspects of writing, right? Libraries, but you also had steel and bronze industry there as well. And this is predating the Industrial Revolution.
Yes, sir.
Because a lot of people talk about history really taking off, or the development of nations really taking off based on the Industrial Revolution. But a lot of people don't realize that this was already happening on the continent, right?
Disruption is what you said. We talked about this last week. Go ahead. It's oh my God, it's just
yeah, so it is a disruption, right? And people have to realize that. And so we talked before. I remember last year, one of the amazing things about last year, we talked about what would really revolutionize the transition of Africa back into that space that it should be now, that it was disrupted from. And we talk about the infrastructure, right? Do you think there are any Americans kind of really pushing this idea of getting Africa back to where it was going anyway, getting back
no.
to where it was heading?
Young people pushing it are Africans themselves. You have to remember, Africa is a threat. Physically, population-wise, economically. This may sound weird to you, but in 5 years' time, Nigeria possibly could be the biggest economy in Africa, in the world. In spite of all the crap that is going through right now. Because what's happening is what I was hoping for, industrialized mental revolution. I was just talking to my brother yesterday. He was talking about, I want to go start a business in Africa. Now imagine if a bunch of people like that are thinking that way. What's going to happen to Nigeria or in Kenya or wherever? How many times have I talked about going back home? Why should I let my talent benefit America? Hell no. Why don't I take this talent and go benefit Africa? Everywhere in Africa. Now, if there's a bunch of me's thinking the same way, it's eventual that Africa is going to get with. Americans don't want Africa to prosper. Even if there are Americans that want Africa to prosper, there's more Americans that want Africa not to prosper than there are that want it to prosper. And that's a fact. Unless you control Congress or you're the president of the United States, your evil deeds is what you want to do. Look at this fool went and bombed Nigeria. Now, let me explain something about the bombing of Nigeria, because I'm from Nigeria. That bombing was not America just showed up. No. The Nigerian government could not go bomb northern Nigeria itself, because that would look like tribalism. Like they were just killing Hausas. So guess what they did? They let America pay them so that America could go bomb northern Nigeria. Nobody's saying that. You think Nigerians are scared of America? No. Hell no. They let them bomb the place so they can look like they're actually doing something. Because the Nigerian government doesn't look like it's killing its own people. So let's just hire an outside contractor, which is what America was. Let's blow the whole situation up so y'all can look like you ain't killing your own people. And in spite of that bombing, they didn't do anything. Because you are the same country that's spending $700 million worldwide to popularize, to globalize terrorism. Yes, America spends $700 million a year to make sure terrorism sticks around. Boko Haram, Al Qaeda, ISIS, the jihadists, the ones in Kenya, they're all paid for by America. All paid for by America.
America's funding those groups.
Yes, they're funding them. Look at kids with 21 years old holding a bunch of AK-47 with bullets wrapped around their body. How many people can you shoot? The stuff that happened in Sudan, they didn't intervene because all these countries have their dirty hands in it. And to top it off, Ruto from Kenya had the nerve to bring this crooked guy from the Janjaweed forces into his office and shook his hand while they're murdering Sudanese. This same Ruto signed a defense pact with France. Rest of Africa is kicking France out. You're keeping them in. Let me make this clear, bro. I don't want this said clearly. Kenya is going to be a pariah in Africa. Kenya is going to be a pariah in Africa one day. It's going to find itself in a position it has no business being in because you are seen as a traitor. You don't have no honor. And it's not the Kenyan people that are the problem. It's the leadership of Kenya that's creating this.
Well, I know that Kenya has been
unstable. It is so unstable
for quite a while. Because I actually went to
stable.
Yeah, I actually went to Nairobi about 6 years ago. I actually spent about 2 weeks in Kenya. Yeah, 10 days. I was over there.
It's
And while I
unstable.
was there, there was a government altercation, like there was
Yeah,
rioting in the
yeah.
streets and everything. Yeah.
That was 2024 maybe, because that's when it was in early
No,
2024.
no,
It
no.
was
It
right.
wasn't 2024. It was probably like it was probably 2 years before COVID.
Oh, is it 2018?
Yeah, yep, right
Yeah,
around that.
yeah.
2018, 2019.
And
Yep.
there's as Captain Ibrahim Traore said, there's a black winter coming, and it's gonna be bad. And the design of the black winter is designed so that Western African nations can fight each other.
Mm.
But what it really is a distraction so that it can be so they can easily infiltrate the Sahel states.
Yeah.
Because you have Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, they formed a bloc, so they can fight imperialism, and they fight, and they're doing a great job too. They own a
Isn't
they,
it so interesting though when we talk about the history of Mali that we see
Mali's
them
always
featured
there.
again?
Mali,
Yeah.
look, let me be frank about this, and I'm so sick of people saying this. Mali is the center of Africa. I don't
Mm.
want to hear it anymore. If you
Mm.
don't come from the same land as Mansa Musa, you are not the center of Africa.
Mm.
Mali is the center of Africa. Straight up. Mali's the center. Nigeria may be the richest, but Mali's the center of Africa. The way Mansa Musa used his gold, used his resources, was in the benefit of his people. And he put them on his map. His pilgrimages, as I said again, Mansa Musa was giving loans to countries. Who the hell is Elon Musk giving a loan to? But to himself. At best, you would have been Mansa Musa's cleaning boy. I'm so tired of people trying to put a white boy who has the man in liquid means how much cash you have in your bank account. He has probably $1 billion. Mansa Musa had 500 billion in his pocket. That's back then in 1253 AD. How much you think 1253 AD? If you take that number, that's 800 years. That is roughly almost $21 trillion in today's economy. He's got more money than America.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter what you do, you will never have more money than Mansa Musa. Ever.
Well, he was sitting on natural resources, isn't it? I mean, you
And
got
he
the
used
gold
it
and
right.
everything.
It's one thing to sit on it, it's another thing to use it right. He
And you know
used
what's
it right.
crazy? You know what's crazy, bro, too? You know what's really crazy? When we talk about all of this, we talk about development, we talk about industrialization, you know, and we talk about how advanced African nations were. There's not a lot of history that records Africans trying to invade other nations and countries.
That's not what we do.
You know, it's crazy when you think about all of the advancements that existed on the continent pre-colonial times. History does not often or at all recall Africans getting on ships and sailing to distant nations trying to invade other countries, bro.
Yes. That's a
It's
European
wild.
disease. You have to, and I've said this repeatedly. There's a gentleman I listen to. His name is Professor Lumumba from Kenya, and then also there's another one from Zimbabwe,
Mopongo.
Maponga. Those are my
Yeah.
two favorites. You have to understand something. Europe has a parasitic mindset. They are parasites. France. That's why France is scrambling left and right to try to keep itself not being broke. France is gonna be broke in 5 years, maximum 10. Europe is gonna be decimated. Now they were doing all this evil, but what they didn't account for what God does. I'm gonna age you out. I'm literally going to age you out. 5 years. Africa's already the youngest continent in the world already, right now. I'm going to age you out. God said, I'm going to age you out. All the atrocities you've committed, I'm going to age you out. You will literally disappear off the face of the earth. That's look at England, for example, where you stay right now. England, future president is not going to be a white person. Either it's going to be a Pakistani or African from somewhere in Africa. But you see, in order for that person to be in that position, you're going to have to be colonized mentally, which means you are there in color, but you're not there in the mental space.
Yeah.
So what's the point of you being there? I really don't need somebody from India being prime minister. I don't need somebody from Africa being prime minister. What's that do for me? Like this Kemi over there in Nigeria, in England. She's the prime example of a sellout. She's like, I'm not Nigerian. Then what are you? If you're not Nigerian, why's your name Kemi then? change your name. Oh, you want to embrace the culture,
Yeah.
but you just don't want to live in the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Disowning
don't
your
think our
cultural roots.
ancestors planned for. They might have seen traders in their time, but they didn't plan for people to be traders in this aspect, like this, to where they have no. As long as you have individuals like that, you're always gonna have a problem in Africa, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. You know what I'm okay with? As long as we as Africans kick those people out, banish them.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to be African? Okay, that's cool. Leave. Don't come back ever. I'm proud to be African. I remember when I was growing up as a kid, when I was in school, and especially in America, you know this. I'm sure you had Africans in your class. Some of these students calling Africans African booty scratcher. White people would talk about living in Africa. African Americans would be calling you booty scratcher. It's the conditioned mentality of this ignorance.
Bro, you so man, and when I, this is why for me this podcast is so important and so significant, because you realize when you look back over your upbringing, how ignorant we were, and how detrimental the system of education we had was.
Divisive ignorance, and it's intentional.
You know what I
Some
mean?
of it is some people's fault, but some of it is like, come on, man.
It's ridiculous, bro. This particularly, all of the episodes we've done, but since we've started to really dig into the research, and think about Ghana, Mali, Songhai Empire, Kush, all these different
Ancient Zimbabwe.
Kemet, all of these different African developments. It's like all of what we thought, or some people tried to portray as being myths and lies, you discover, these are historical atrocities committed, injustices, to try and brainwash the world to believe in this superiority that is tried to be pushed on them, forced down our throats, man, and it's crazy.
It was funny, and a lot of people fail to see this. Israel is the arm of U.S. However you want to see, whether you think Israel is controlling the U.S. or U.S. is controlling Israel. Either way it goes.
I think the other way around, but I hear you.
You think U.S. is controlling Israel?
No, I think it's the other way around.
Yes, that's what I think. It's called. You have to understand something. Who these Israel people are? These Zionists. When Hitler was trying to kill them off, whatever you want to think of it, what he didn't do a good job of explaining what the atrocities people were doing. If he had explained to us that this is what people were doing, if we could have seen what he was seeing, that would have made sense. Why you had all these, why you had the Holocaust. The Holocaust, you ain't gonna believe this, but some of these Israeli people were selling their own people into that mess. This is not an accident. What's happening in Palestine right now? You're trying to kill off Palestine so you can take their land and turn it into hotels. Every single war in this world has been orchestrated by Israel. When in Uganda, when what's his name, the one that used to kill his own people, Idi Amin was murdering his own people. Guess who is getting the weapons from? Israel and Britain. Israel right now is the one orchestrating what's happening in Venezuela right now. Benjamin Netanyahu tries to act like he's working for Donald Trump. No, it's the other way around. That's why I always ask these stupid presidents. So what's your Israeli foreign policy? Who gives a damn about Israel? When guess what was happening? When Israel was getting his ass kicked by Tehran, when they were fighting earlier last year, guess who came in to save the day? They come and save us from getting bombed. People don't know this, but Israel has a nuclear war program. They have nuclear weapons. Okay, so why should Tehran not have nuclear weapons? Right now, there's a situation in Somali. There's a land called Somaliland. They want to break off. And then Israel with the nerve of saying, oh, we recognize you. You don't recognize anything. You recognize a place where you can use as a port to get your weapons through so that Yemen can stop bombing your behind when you go through the Indian Ocean. These people they got no honor, man. Israel is the most evil. The amount of atrocities people have committed and using the American. You want to talk about something? How about them massacring Native Americans? All you see is a bunch of white people. But what you don't see is Israel behind them pulling the strings. I call them the silent killer. They've been doing it for hundreds of years. So when World War I happened, World War II happened. See, Hitler was saying, "Oh, they take all the money." No, they don't take the money. They steal your land. Name one Jewish person you know that's ever lived in the hood. Go to New York. Look at what I just said right there. You can't even think of one. Go to New York. When you go to a Brooklyn store with all the cultural things from hip hop, there's a guy with a freaking hat on his head counting the money, and they got some brother at the door playing security guard. So when he gets shot, guess what they'll do? They'll put another brother there the next day. Hip hop. They did the same thing with hip hop. Look at movies in Hollywood. They made it known for brothers to die in the movie. They've killed us in so many ways. They've normalized our deaths so that when cops kill you, nobody feels anything. And these motherfuckers are supposed to be our brothers. They ain't my brothers. During the 60s, when Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Medgar Evers was protesting, they were slumlording us. Apartments with no heat, no water, rats, infestation. Even till today in New York, it's the same thing. That's why when old boy was running for office in New York, I can't remember his name, but the one that's going to be the mayor of New York now, they were doing everything they could to keep him from winning office. But God is good in his light because he's shown us what Israel people are really like. The world's not giving them a pass anymore. Our generation is not giving them a pass anymore. Talking about, fuck Israel. I want it blown off the map of the world. The atrocities, the evils. They're the ones trying to kill Ibrahim Traore right now.
You think they're involved in that?
Yes. Their hands are filthy. They're debt dealers. That's what they are. Walking around with their hat, acting like they're good people. Jesus don't look nothing like you. Jesus look like me and you. They've stolen the identity of Jesus. And it's not Jesus. It's pronounced Jesu. I'm so sick of, people. What's happening with Israel is that they're trying to perpetuate the lie continuously. They don't know how to. They come up with these things called anti-Semitism or Judah, or whatever crap they come up with. Anything to keep you from seeing the truth of what they've done. Anti-Semitism. What the hell is anti-Semitism? You're anti-African. You've been murdering Africans for God knows how long. Fuck you. I got no love for these people. There's a mayor over here. There's a woman that works in the Senate, in Congress. She's from Minnesota. She's actually a sister from Palestine. The whole time she's talking about all the evils of Israel. And people were just trying to bash her. Now nobody's bashing her no more. Nobody can bash her anymore because we've all seen the light. Nobody's going to give Israel a pass anymore. Israel's passes. Israel has gotten away with looking like you're not the Holy Land. There is no Israel. The only Holy Land is in Utopia. That's where the first church is. That's where Jesus' church is. So what makes your place Holy Land? I mean, people, and I remember saying this to one, I was having this conversation with a Israeli guy. I said, I'm a pure blood. You can't tell me bullshit. Get the fuck out of my face. Your lies don't get to work on me. I know the true story of Jesus.
What was the conversation?
Oh, it got heated. Oh, it was ugly. It got heated.
Well, what was his premise of the discussion?
Say what?
What was his
He was trying to justify. Oh, he was basically doing usual Israel bullshit. Oh, people are anti-Semitic towards us and all this. I was like, keep your crap to yourself, man. Your anti-Semitic movement is nothing but a business. Nobody's going for that anymore. I told him straight to his face, the least I could be is anti-Semitic. That's the least I could be with the amount of atrocities you bastards have committed. And he didn't know how to take it. Because people have seen their lies. They're trying to kill us. They own Los Angeles, bro. Go to West LA. All the hip-hop community, all the hip-hop record labels, who owns them? You know, I don't know if you know this, but there's an intent made to always keep African-American rappers in jail so you can own their music. Remember that phase we went through where there was a bunch of rappers dying left and right?
Yeah.
That's not nothing new. It's been happening since 1987. Now it's just more globalized and TV-wide.
Yeah.
Guess who kills all these rappers? Behind Puffy, guess who was behind him? How do we take out Tupac, the most important movement? Tupac was more powerful than Black Panthers because he could write a song, he could hear it in 2 minutes and feel some kind of way about it. We can't have that. Hugo Chavez in Venezuela. Ibrahim Traoré in Africa. Thomas Sankara in Burkina Faso. The countless leaders in Kenya. They're always behind all these evil atrocities. They are just there. You think they're in there, but they're there. Israel is telling America what to do. Look, this is why I have this promising feeling. The tide is about to come. America's gonna get blown off the map. I'm telling you. Then what's Israel gonna do? They know the world is coming for them. You have to pay for your. If there's one thing about karma, it always makes you pay for your atrocities. Before you leave this world, you will pay for what you've done. Look at Saddam Hussein. It's only now we're finding out there were no weapons of mass destruction. Saddam Hussein was a walking propaganda because he wouldn't let you steal his oil. The oil he was using to feed his people. All they did was run the same play they ran on Saddam Hussein. They ran it on Gaddafi. Now they're running on Ibrahim Traoré. And they'll run it on the AES states. It's the same play. They're running on Venezuela right now. They ran it on Hugo Chavez. They run it on Maduro right now. And they're going to run it. Look, and I'm not afraid to say this. I think only two things could have went right. Either Dulce Rodriguez, the current president of Venezuela right now, betrayed Maduro, which would mean she's dishonorable to her father. Because her father was a socialist. Or somebody in his cabinet betrayed him. Because you don't land in Venezuela at night, know exactly where his room is, know exactly what hall he was in, and you capture him. And you kill over 80 Venezuelans. Talking about no Americans died. Of course no American dies. You came with the missiles. You bombed somebody else's military bases and you encroached on. They didn't just bomb military bases, bro. They killed civilians. They're going to have to answer for that. It's ironic to me how people are just so blind to the evils that they do. And right now you got Russia, India, and China moving through the seas, coming to Venezuela to get the oil. I'm okay with that because Venezuela had made a pact with China and them, not America. So America's like, we want to tell you how to run your country. We're coming to tap into the reserves. The nerve of this man. The nerve.
Yeah, man. And it's not just him. It's not just him, but it's
England
everyone.
Too.
It's everyone
your
that's with him though as well.
What's his name in England? The Prime Minister of England. What's his name again?
Keir Starmer.
Yeah, he's a piece of trash. He had everything to say about what's going on in Africa with the AES states, but he has nothing to say about getting stolen in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Same thing with that piece of trash Macron in France. These people meet every single day and figure out how they can stay imperialists. You see, if you launch a nuclear warhead Venezuela, all the oil you want to steal is not going to be there. So what other ways can we find to kill off the people in the land? Act like we forgot what you did in the 1980s. So you want to come back and do it again. And then do it again and again and again and again. No. I need these countries to get their nuclear war game up. Build them. Have the weapons. Have deterrence. Put America and European nations on their best behavior. If you show up here, we're going to kill you. It's plain and simple. We will protect what is ours. That all belongs to Venezuelans. That gold belongs to Malis. That uranium belongs to Niger. That gold belongs to Burkina Faso. That all belongs to Nigeria. That whatever is in Kenya belongs to Kenyans.
Yeah.
And I need the people of Africa. We are the military. We are the soldiers. Uproot and take up arms against your government. If you don't have Ibrahim Traoré, Assimi Goïta, or Abdurrahman Ticheni in your country, bleep you. You know what? There's this lady in Namibia. She's the new found president, yada, 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 yada. I lost any respect for her when the president of Tanzania was killing her people and she didn't say anything. Oh, I'm not going to say anything because it's another woman. I want to look like I'm attacking another woman. The woman you be attacking is a killer. In one little election cycle, she's killed over 10,000 people. And nobody's saying anything. This is why we have this podcast. We don't have to be like CNN, NBC, Fox News and lie. We have no what's this word? We have no beef in the thing other than we want the truth.
Yeah, we got no allegiance to either. There's no allegiance to either side. Want to see? Yeah, listen, bro. We at that point, man.
Yeah, so currency standards, gold, knowledge, and power. I think we didn't get to mix on it because the whole current event is happening today. But y'all need to understand.
But we talked about, bro, listen, we touched on a lot of things. The trans-Saharan trade, the Indian Ocean routes, Timbuktu universities, currency and gold standards, knowledge is power.
Yep.
You know, we weren't specific in using those to frame what we spoke about, but we covered all of that. We talked about trade routes in regards to the old ones, but then also currently, you know, what's happening with the oil industries and the industries across the globe, and how different nations invading other nations to basically,
we're back to imperialism again, man. I mean,
as you put it, running the same plays, right?
Run the same plays over and over again. The playbook hasn't changed. They're just using different faces to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. As far as I'm concerned, Timbuktu was the Ivy League of the world. And I don't want to use the word Ivy League because that means that we're conscripting to European living.
Right.
I'm not one that wants to act like, I never really care to say like I want to be like European.
Yeah.
We're better than them.
Yeah.
That's why they steal our ideas. That's why they steal our culture.
I mean, so we reversed that, you know. The Ivy League was basically trying to replicate what was going on in Timbuktu.
Yeah, exactly. So people have to stop being disillusionists and these what's this word I'm looking for? These non-thinking individuals. Use your brain, for God's sake. Just use your brain and stop being colonized. That's the difference between, I think, my generation and my parents' generation. And between, so what we are now is what our grandparents were. The in-between is our parents. And I'll be frank, they didn't do shit. They are so colonized. Their mentality is yes, massa, no massa. Their mentality is let's give away, let's travel to France. Well, I don't want to go. As long as I live, I will probably not visit another European nation again. There's nothing they have there that I want. All that I want is in Africa. All that I need is in Africa. As I showed you the video of Addis Ababa in Utopia, it's insane, the possibilities, man. We had these ideas, but our ideas were disrupted. The nerve of especially England, and you are, and I'll be frank, let me get this out the way. You're in a country that is so racist. So racist. They are the OGs of racism. I remember watching this one show on England, and the white woman was saying, we helped them, even though we colonized them, we helped them to evolve. How did you help us evolve? To hear the statement, and then there's a white man on there saying, you know how ignorant you sound? They were industrialized before we got there. We disrupted their progress. I don't think people understand what the word imperialism and colonialism really is.
No, they don't. They don't. But I tell you what we're gonna do. I think one of the things we should do in the
look, week 3, we got a chance to talk about it. Because look, right here, I'm looking at the title. We can hit the mark next week. It's right there for the taking. It's
next week. On that note, next week, our topic is colonialism, the economic crime scene.
Yes, that's perfect because that's really my ballpark. I'm really gonna go off. I always go off, but you know, I'm probably go off more than usual. But you know, I'm not, bro, they can't scam me with death, man. I made a contract with life when I was born, and I made a contract with death when I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave I'm gonna leave my name where this guy was not afraid of imperialists. And that's what we need nowadays. We need people that are more like Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Goita, Abdulmati Cheney, even Hugo Chavez, even Maduro. He's a socialist. I'm still trying to figure out how people don't understand what socialists do. How's he going to be peddling drugs? He doesn't want you to steal his country's resources. And whenever you don't want your country's resources stolen, you got opposition. Opposition from outside, opposition from inside. Because there are those who are inside who are greedy. Those same greedy people that sold them out to the US.
Yeah.
Without equivocal thought, Maduro must be returned to Venezuela, period. Period. Him and his wife. Bro, they didn't just take him, they took his wife. How dare you? Dude, look at your face. You're like, it's just so hard to comprehend. You're like, what?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot
to take in. It's a lot to take in, man. Everything, and all this has to do with the hand of Israel. these Zionist pieces of trash. In England, right there where you are in Parliament, all the people rooting for, I'm from the movement of anti-Semitism. I'm from this and that. This all to do with Israel. Well, the rest of us need to be like, we're against Israel. Let them know exactly how we feel about them. The evils that you've committed all over the world. One tiny spot in the middle of East, in the middle of Middle East, causing havoc all over the world, paying for it, hiding behind religion. You are not Jesus's people. He don't look nothing like you. He ain't warped nose. He ain't pale. He's chocolate with dreads, 6'3", 250. I know. I just gave you exact measurements.
Yo, listen, man. If you didn't know, this is the Culture Capitalist Podcast.
Yeah, you do know now.
And yeah, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all stopping by, taking it in, and yeah, I'm really excited. In a couple of weeks, I'm gonna have my first novel in my hands.
Yeah, the new one that you got coming.
To share with the world.
It, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's really special. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, for all of y'all not keep up, he's had a lot of promo videos on TikTok.
Yeah,
we have mostly seen him as TikTok, so I'm sure he's gonna work on getting them onto YouTube. But
yeah, they did. They on the tube.
Yeah.
They on the tube.
So
the shorts
follow his channel. Make sure you hit the like button. And look, man, if you say you want to support independent thinking artists, well, this is your opportunity to do so. I think I've always been independent. I really don't believe in working with corporations, and I just don't do anything for you. If anything, they steal what you have. And so this book he's got coming out, it's gonna be it's I don't want to call it political, but it's a open your mind type of situation where you have to actually make you to analyze what exactly is going on in the world. Even my comic book, I think what I'm starting to realize about my comic or my whole Card of Assassins universe is a fight against imperialism in a different way. It's just and when you're an artist, you can kind of create things, because the things that I'm doing, nobody's ever seen heroes that look like the way I want to look. I mean, look at this. The heroes are supposed to look like this. Look at the color of the skin of these individuals. They're not supposed to look like that. But I'm making that a new norm. And I'll be frank with you, and I'm going to get this out the way. When I started this idea, my target wasn't African Americans. And I'm being specific about it. I did not target African Americans. I didn't trust them because I knew what they were going to do. They have this disease. We need white people to like what looks like us, and then we'll like it. So I targeted everybody else. Africans, Hispanic community, Asians, Indians, everybody else but African Americans, because I knew what was going to happen. Too many times I've been betrayed. When I used to go to these art shows, they would come to my table, walk by my table, and walk to the white guy's table and go buy something. They didn't have the nerve to come back to my table and said, oh, I just want to come here and support me. Support me? How you going to support me? You would have gave your fucking money to the other white guy, and then would come over to my table and tell me, oh, man, this is a cool idea. I haven't had one have the nerve to tell me, how you going to do this, man? How are you gonna get white people to let you do this? You see that mentality?
Yeah.
Hell no. I cannot move with people like this. And I need a lot of African Americans to understand this. The future is Africa. You can stay here if you want to and continue to be colonized, or you can bring your ass home and come be liberated. No African American actually say they went to Africa and didn't feel like they were just another brother. It's the first time in your life you wasn't black. It's the first time in your life you was a human being. Even you. How many times have you went home and just felt like, I'm just another brother here? Nobody there makes you feel like you're black, you're yellow. You're just a human being. There are issues, but it ain't that. And the issues that we do have are ones that are integrated into our community so we can fight each other.
Bro, that's probably we gotta come to that. We gotta come to that.
Cut the conversation, but Card of Assassins, y'all, I want you to go get this copy. Both copies, small and big. $100, $200. Yeah, I ain't afraid to tell you the price. I'm not devaluing myself. So get you a copy today. Join the movement. A lot of people have joined the movement. I'm proud of this creation, man. And there's many more creations to come. And just to let y'all know, I've got the animation for this comic book coming soon. I'm just working on the background sound. Once I got that unlocked, look for somewhere around WonderCon in March for this thing to be released. Yeah, your boy coming out hard, man. This is my year to grow what I've been growing since I planned it in 2024.
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
Yes, sir.
Bro,
Yes, sir. So 2 things I
proud of
always
you,
say, and I
man.
always end it on this note, because I'm gonna let Kimba
Yep.
get his in. But it's important. 1, there's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just as important in front of the line. Be determined, not desperate. And then the second one, your dreams can be delayed, but must never be extinguished. So wait your time while the universe delivers your right hand. Be determined, not desperate. Y'all, we had so many views today. It was crazy. It lets you know what we're building over here at Cultural Capitalist Podcast, and we're going to keep building it, man. So, Kimba, take us out, brother. I know you want to say some things.
Yeah, check it out. So before there were borders, before change, before debt had interest, we were systems, we were science, we were sovereign. This is not nostalgia. This is evidence. It's not anger. It's accounting. This is the Cultural Capitalist Podcast, the
You
African
should start your
repair.
song. One of your songs should start with one of those like that. That'd be cool.
Oh man, yeah, it's coming. It's coming. We fixing what's broken culturally, economically, and globally. Be a part of it. We appreciate y'all listening. Stay tuned. Nothing's impossible to the man who believes. All right. We'll see
Yes,
y'all
sir.
next week. Until then,
Aspire and achieve.
stay blessed.
Peace.
Peace.
Yes, sir.